Let's move on to our next problem. Inside my code editor, I'll find the matrix directory and then open up the index.js file inside there. And then of course, we'll also very quickly start up our tests with just matrix test.js -- watch, like so. And we should see about 4 tests pop up. Yeah, here we go. So 4 tests running. Very good. All right, let's look at these directions. So the directions say, write a function that accepts an integer n and returns an n by n spiral matrix. Well, those directions are not very helpful. So let's look at the examples right here instead. So the idea is that we're going to call the function and then we're going to return a 2-dimensional array or an array of arrays. So notice how there are 2 arrays inside of one larger array. Here's the outer array right here, and then we've got 2 arrays inside of it. The reason that we call this thing a spiral matrix is that we're going to start off from the number 1 and then going around clockwise in a spiral fashion, we're going to count up from 1. So we start off at 1, we go over to 2, down to 3, over to 4. With matrix 2 right here, it's a little bit hard to see the pattern. It's a little bit easier to see the pattern with matrix 3 and matrix 4. So let's look at this. Over here we start off at 1, we go over to 2, 3, down to 4, 5, over to 6, 7, 8, 9. And so you can kind of see the incrementing values here. They form a spiral of sorts that kind of spiral from the outside into the center of the matrix. And it's a little bit easier even with matrix 4 down here to see that pattern. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we spiral in to 13, 14, 15, 16. So we go in this clockwise spiraling in fashion. The last number that we're ever going to print out inside of here will be n squared. So for example, we have 4 here, so the last number that we will print out inside of here will be 16. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's going to be the last number. And then 2 times 2 is 4, so that would be the last number. Now, let me tell you right now, this is a very challenging problem. This is tough because there are a lot of different variables that are going to be flying around inside of our solution. Nonetheless, this is a problem that you can be expected to be asked inside of an interview setting. And I can tell you that from experience, unfortunately, because I have been asked this question right here. And it's really tough to do on a whiteboard, I gotta tell you. So this is a great example where it's extremely important before you attempt a solution to get out a sheet of paper or to draw a diagram on the whiteboard or whatever it is and try to draw out exactly how you're going to try to tackle this. This is a problem where if you just start writing code, you're going to have a very tough time. And I'm pretty convinced that this is a nearly impossible problem to solve if you just immediately start writing code without putting some thought ahead of time into how you're going to solve it. So let's take a quick break. We're going to come back in the next section and I'm going to give you a couple notes on exactly how to solve this. So come back in the next section. Don't attempt a solution just yet. We'll look at a couple of different aspects of this problem and I'll give you some tips on exactly how to approach it. See you in just a minute.